What we put forward was what we characterized as actions of last resort. I described them as last resort because we have a broken property tax system in this city. What we are hoping for, what we will spend every day looking towards, is working with Albany to increase taxes on the wealthiest and the most profitable corporations such that a fiscal crisis is not resolved on the backs of working and middle-class New Yorkers.
The Democrat power struggle spilling out into the public eye today as Socialist New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani renews his call to tax the rich, a plan that New York Governor Kathy Hochul flatly rejects. The New York Post didn't hold back. Today's cover reads, "Stick 'em up, Mayor Mamdani threatens Hochul, raise taxes or else." Let's bring in Gerry Baker, Wall Street Journal editor-at-large and a Fox News contributor. So Mamdani throwing down the gauntlet to Kathy Hochul, saying either you raise taxes on the rich or corporations, or I'm going to impose a 9.5% real estate tax on everybody across New York City. It brought this reaction from Senator Rick Scott, who said, quote, "Surprise, surprise. It took Mamdani less than 3 months to demand a massive tax hike. It's the same old story where socialists promise everything for free, then demand hardworking Americans pay the price. Socialism never works." Well, it works until you run out of other people's money. Right, Gerry?
Yeah, what a great time to be a New Yorker, John. Many of us are in that unfortunate position right now. You know, who's going to raise your taxes highest, the governor or the mayor? Look, as Senator Scott said, Mamdani's actually been mayor for 49 days. I find it amusing that he refers to this as his last resort option. We've literally been in office. The snow's been on the ground the entire time that he's been in office, and he wants to already raise New Yorkers' taxes. Look, this is catastrophic because we already pay New Yorkers already pay the highest, among the highest taxes in the country. New York City, which of course has an additional tax in addition to state income tax, is excruciatingly high tax. The idea that that's going to be good for the city, that it's going to be good to tax people even more than they are already, is madness. It means more people will leave the city than already have. There's been a steady outflow over many years. But as you say, what's interesting is this standoff between the governor, the Democratic governor up in Albany, and the mayor down here in New York City. He doesn't have the option to raise income taxes without approval from the governor, so he's going to try and do it in other ways, raising property taxes, by the way, which will hit many, as you know, property prices are very high in New York. So the plan he has will hit not just the rich, as they keep claiming, but huge numbers of middle-class taxpayers. So, yeah, this is socialism in action. This is the Democratic Party in action. I hope the rest of the country is watching.
All right, so the message is going from New York City up to Albany, and here's the message coming from Albany back down the Hudson River. Listen to Kathy Hochul.
I don't support a property tax increase on New Yorkers, and I'm not wavering from my position that I don't want to drive more people out of our state by increasing taxes from what is already a high tax state. I'm the one who's trying to cut taxes.
Well, she was actually in her New York City office, but you know what I mean about Albany. She's proposing to give an additional She's proposing to give an additional $1.5 billion to New York City. But their budget, which is over $100 million, is in a $100 billion. Their budget's in a $5.4 billion deficit. So the math still doesn't add up here.
That doesn't add up, John. He'll be a long way short of closing that budget deficit. He could close some of the very expensive. New York has the most expensive, spends more on education than pretty well any other state in the country. It has a very, very expensive housing programs, various other things. You know, somebody pointed out, New York City, with a population of 8 million people, has a higher budget, has a higher total spend than the whole state of Florida, with a population 3 times the size. You know, what happened there? How is it that this place cannot run? Because it can't run. It's so inefficient on an enormous budget, the size of which many states, which dwarfs the size of the budget that many states have, let alone New York City. So, yeah, this is a wasteful expense. This is how socialism works. We've seen it many times. It doesn't work, and we're going to see on whether Kathy Hochul, who wants her own kind of form of sort of limited socialism, whether her limited form is able to trump Zohran Mamdani's extremism.
You know, Gerry, it's like you read my mind, because we have prepared this spiffy little graphic that we're going to put up on our big wall in our New York studio with that exact comparison. Look at this. New York City, $127 billion budget for 8.4 million people, compared to next door Pennsylvania, $53.2 billion for 13 million people. And to your point, $117.4 billion in the state of Florida for a population 3 times the size that of New York City. How do you even begin to justify that?
You can't. I mean, look, they will say New York City is expensive. Everything costs more here. Labor is significantly more. So yeah, wages are higher. So it's understandable that New York costs will be a little bit higher, but there's no justification for that, John. We already have. Look, we have a New York City additional tax on top of the state tax, which rises to 5%, pretty well, almost 5% of people's incomes, in addition to what could be 10 or 11% state tax. That's of course on top of the federal taxes. People are being taxed here until they can't afford to live here. And surprise, surprise, they're going to go to places like Florida and Texas where there's zero or very low income taxes. This is not going to work. It hasn't worked. We saw it reach its most desperate state in the 1970s, when the New York City pretty well much went bankrupt and the president famously told New Yorkers to drop dead. Is it going to reach that level? Could do if the New York City budget gets as bad as it is. Is President Trump going to be asked to intervene? If he is, I hope he's not going to send any more money New York City's way until they get their financial house in order.
And going back in history, we all know what happened to Mayor John Lindsay when he didn't get the snow off the ground. I guess Mamdani is fortunate that he's not facing election this year.
Yeah, well, we have finally melted that snow. Most of it's melted after about a month. But yeah, we battled for weeks with little alpine scenes on the sidewalks of New York. That's as far as most of us get for a week.
Yeah, the black snow. That's my favorite part of New York. Gerry, good to catch up with you. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, John. Thanks for having me.
Jillian?
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.